You gonna help me pour? Yeah. Whoa, good job.
As a born and raised Albertan, I have a deep connection to this province. Preserving a strong sense of community, encouraging an entrepreneurial spirit, and fostering an environment where anyone can succeed are time-honored values in Alberta and were instilled in me from an early age. My story begins in a Grand Prairie hospital. Born of a 16-year-old mother who loved me enough to allow me to go home with my adoptive parents, Sandy and Dave, who were willing to provide me with every opportunity life could, knowing that she could not. I grew up in a modest home in small-town Alberta, Stettler and then Hinton, with a sister Amanda who was also adopted. Amanda has lived with special needs her entire life. She is thriving today. Much of that has to do with the love of her family and Alberta's exemplary Persons with Developmental Disabilities program. Amanda is part of who I am, part of the way that I see the world, and it forms the backbone for the political views that I bring to the table. I am committed to continuing to make myself accessible to the constituents of Calgary Shaw through a variety of initiatives.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, no, it's great to see you again.
Good
Take
luck.
care.
Thanks.
Whether that be knocking on doors or hosting town halls, these are opportunities that have made me a stronger representative and in turn have created a stronger Alberta.
Jack would like to go to school down the street.
Most people want to have those schools nice and close to home.
Premier Prentice has a vision and a plan that would see over 200 schools built in Alberta, the most aggressive school build that our country has ever seen.
It's a
This will include 13 schools south of Anderson Road that will ensure that we take the pressure off of our current school infrastructure right here in Calgary Shaw. We will protect every single teacher's job and value the role that they play in preparing our children to compete in a global economy.
So what issues are important to you?
Good healthcare system involving senior home, as you mentioned here.
The Prentice Plan allows for the continued building of our necessary health infrastructure, including the Cancer Centre at the South Calgary campus, as well as over 2,600 assisted living spaces all across the province. Of that, hundreds will be in South Calgary, and that will also include 51 long-term care spaces right here in Calgary Shaw.
If they didn't have those beds, I don't know if we would have had her for the 3 years.
I barely go one day without a resident asking me about the Southwest Ring Road. I know how much of a priority that this is for our constituency, and so does our Premier. He has the infrastructure plan in place to ensure that this remains a priority for our government, and the PC party is the only party who is fully committed to building this road.
You want an apple? Or 3?
I remember the pride that my parents had when they told me about Premier Lougheed's vision of the Heritage Savings Trust Fund. One of the key planks of my political agenda is and always has been returning our province to the point where we can start reinvesting in the Heritage Savings Trust Fund. I want to share my parents' pride with my son when I tell him about the sacrifices we are making today, so his generation and his children's generation can benefit from a prosperous, opportunity and resource-rich Alberta. We have had 20 years to gain an understanding of some of the unintended consequences of cutting too hard and too fast. That is why the Prentice Plan looks to achieve the same spending reduction target of 5%, yet we do it over 3 years as opposed to 1. Albertans don't give up. We don't shy away from the tough decisions, and we don't turn our backs on those who need us. I stand behind the Prentice Plan, and I am proud to take it to the people of Calgary Shaw. It looks to the future and speaks to the optimism inside all of us. On May 5th, you can choose Alberta's future. Vote Jeff Wilson and the Prentice team.